Now, representatives of Palestinian parties Fatah and Hamas are set to meet for talks in Doha. With Hamas governing Gaza and Fatah in the occupied West Bank, the reconciliation process has been a controversial and complicated one. Let's take a closer look. Well, let's get more on these talks. We're joined by Daoud Kuttab in Amman, Jordan. He's a columnist for Al Monitor. Many thanks for joining us. They've tried many times to come together and failed. How do you think things are going to go this time?
Well, there is a cautious optimism at what will happen. You know, they're no longer talking about what they agree on. They're only talking about how to implement what they already signed. This has been the biggest problem that we've had, is that they've made many agreements in Mecca, in Gaza, in other places, but they've not implemented them. And I think the key issue now is whether they will be implementing them or not. Both Hamas and Fatah have suffered a lot of reduction in foreign support. Iran is no longer supporting Hamas, and the PLO is suffering because of its attempts to go to the UN and other agencies. So they both need to find a solution to open up between each other, and Qatar seems to have a positive ability to pressure both sides to start implementing what they agreed on.
Both sides will have to make some sort of concessions. What do you think those are going to have to be?
Well, the biggest question now is the Rafah crossing point. The people of Gaza have been trapped for years in Gaza, and even though their borders to the south is with the fellow Arab country, Egypt, on the other hand, under Sisi, refuses to allow the borders to be open unless the presidential guards from Ramallah, from Mahmoud Abbas's presidential guards, are stationed. So I think this is one issue that Hamas has to concede on. On the other hand, I think the PLO has to concede on giving a bit more space to Hamas in the reconciliation and the revamping of the PLO, so they will have a bigger say in the strategic planning for the future of Palestine.
Daoud, I wonder, what is it that the Palestinian people make of this? What is the mood of the people and the feeling towards these two sides coming together?
We just had a poll by the Arwad polling company, and the people are not very happy with both sides. They're a bit more unhappy with Hamas than with Fatah, but they're basically unhappy with both, and they're pushing very hard that there should be something more than 80 to 90% want to have presidential and parliamentary elections. And the PLO says you can't have election unless there is one authority in charge of both places. So these are the areas that I think there will be change. If the Rafah crossing is open in the near future, then you can see that there is some movement in the process. If Rafah stays closed, then I don't think anything is going to happen.
Okay, Daoud, it was good to get your thoughts. Daoud Kuttab joining us from Amman in Jordan. Many thanks.